Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. Today we're going to take a look at the latest flagship from Xiaomi, their 12 Pro, which has a couple crazy features. It does have the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor from Qualcomm inside, a 120 Hz 1440p display, but it also comes with a 120 watt charger that can charge your phone from 0 to 100% in 18 minutes. It's actually crazy. I'm excited to try it out. We will test it out in this video. On top of that, you get a sleek design, a triple camera system, and more. So we're gonna take a quick look at what comes in the box of this Xiaomi 12 Pro, and then of course get some hands-on with the phone. Let's get started. Here is the Xiaomi 12 Pro with sound by Harman Kardon and 5G connectivity. Let's open it up. Inside, looks like we've got a box here designed by Xiaomi. Opening that, our SIM ejection tool, our standard booklets, and nice, they include a clear case for the phone. Next is our Xiaomi 12 Pro, and taking a quick look, there's some of the features. 15 megapixel camera array, the 120 watt charging or 50 watt wireless charging, both just absolutely crazy. I'm gonna set the phone to the side for just a second. Continuing on through, there is that 120 watt charging brick, and just a quick close-up of this charger just because it's crazy how fast that it will charge our phone, which is USB Type A. So it does include a USB Type A to USB Type C cable for charging. And on to what you came to see, the Xiaomi 12 Pro, taking off this plastic. And just a quick look at the back of the phone. We'll get to that in just a second, but I'm gonna power on the phone, and while it boots up, let's take a close look at the hardware. Down at the bottom, SIM card slot, microphone, USB Type-C port for charging, that very fast charging, and one of our Harman Kardon tuned speakers. Moving along on the right sides where the power button, volume rockers are. Make note of that camera bump. Just very minimal, doesn't protrude out very much. Up towards the top, looks like an IR blaster, nice to see that. Another microphone, just a, looks like a Harman Kardon logo there up towards the top, and another speaker. There is nothing along the left side, and then flipping it over on the back, Xiaomi 5G. Moving on over to that triple camera system. So all three of these lenses are 50 megapixel. I like the design of it. Very minimal, but just with a couple accents that really separates the lens. Obviously with a very large wide angle sensor. I believe it uses the Sony IMX707 sensor. And then you have two more 50 megapixel cameras, one telephoto at 2x zoom. So not quite as much as other flagships out there. And then an ultra wide angle lens, again, all at 50 megapixels. Anyways, I'm going to run through the startup process and talk about anything that's noteworthy. There is an in-display fingerprint scanner built in, so let's set that up. I will say I do like the feel of the vibration motor after doing some typing and also getting vibration feedback while setting up this fingerprint. It didn't actually prompt me for face unlock, so I'm not exactly sure if that's even built in. But this says done, you can add more in later. All right, setup complete. We are ready to rock. Let's get to the home screen. Here is a close look at that 6.73 inch display, 3200 by 1440 resolution. Also make note, it does have curved sides to it. As you can tell, this is also an LTPO AMOLED display at 120 Hertz. So a higher refresh rate, and it can also go all the way down to 1 Hz. So you can actually hopefully save battery life because it has that technology to dynamically change depending on what content is shown. And right out of the box, I can tell that higher refresh rate is enabled. Let's dive into settings to confirm that, go into display. One thing I want to make note of is display resolution out of the box. Looks like it has 1080p enabled by default. So if you want to take full advantage of that 1440p, you're going to have to actually select it out of the box. And yes, so the higher refresh rate, it's on auto, but I could tell that it did go all the way up to 120 hertz. You can also choose custom refresh rate. If you want to go to 60, 90, or 120 hertz, really cool that they actually give you the option to go to 90 hertz. Obviously, the lower the refresh rate, the more battery life it will save, or you can just force it all the way up to 120 hertz and really get that smooth feel. Now, if you do want to get to your notifications, you swipe from the upper left-hand side, or the upper right-hand side will get you to your quick shortcuts. You can swipe left and right from either one of these to get to one or the other. You can tell by all of these shortcuts, there's a lot of features built in. Dark mode, you can have reverse wireless charging, so you can charge other devices. So not only do you get fast charging, you can also charge other phones. And speaking of charging, you'll notice I'm at 27% battery. This has a 4,600 milliamp hour battery, in case you were wondering, but let's go ahead and just quickly test out that charger. Okay, let's test it out. One thing I want to make note is I am using an adapter because I am in the US right now for that charger, but this is the default charger and cable. But here we go. Check it out, 120 watts. It gives you an exact measurement of that charging speed. Let's see if it shows up maybe on the lock screen. Looks like only when we plug it in. It'd be kind of neat if it just really showed that animation on the lock screen. I'm not sure if that's an option, but let's just go ahead and let it charge for a bit. Make note of the time. Okay, we're back. I did just turn the display off to probably get a little bit faster charging, but check it out. Couple minutes. It's at 41%. That is actually just crazy, the speeds that it's charging at. So there you go, 42% right there. Really didn't do anything special. I just plugged it in and turned the display off. So amazing. I really hope this charging speed comes to more and more phones. And in case you are wondering, yes, it is warm, but by no means is it hot. It's just kind of warmer to the touch. Next, let's open up the camera app and just snap a couple quick pictures with that main sensor there. Very little shutter lag. Also want to try it with the ultra wide, obviously bringing in a lot more to the shot. And then of course, you have the 2x optical zoom. Anything past 2x will be digital zoom. In terms of various camera modes, you have a lot, including a pro mode, portrait, and there is a full list of all of the features that the camera has, including super moon, night mode. I'm actually pretty excited to test out this camera, specifically that main sensor. Definitely gonna have to take some shots with that and really test it out. Seems to be very snappy overall, very responsive. Anyways, I wanna test out that in-display fingerprint scanner. So let's just go ahead and set our thumb down. Some vibration feedback unlocks right away. Let's try it with just the display off, and it does actually unlock the phone. So right when it's off, see, it doesn't seem like you need to have the screen on to actually unlock it. And then going to the lock screen here, set it down, just very quick. And overall, that's just about everything I want to talk about for the Xiaomi 12 Pro. Drop a comment, let me know what you think about this device. Obviously with the skin on top of Android, they have a ton of different added features, including themes and additional settings, including screen recorder, gesture shortcuts, which we can go into so you can see what some of those are, such as turn on the torch, partial screenshot, and more. So anyways, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Be sure to subscribe as well, a lot more content coming soon. And as always, thanks for watching.